guys, welcome back to Clone Sparkles. First I want to apologize for the very loud fan in the room right now. I can't do anything about it. It's 92 degrees outside. I need to stay cool. There is a heat advisory today. Not gonna turn it off, so bear with me. Anyways, today we are doing a book review of a book I used to love when I was a kid. This is a book review for you as a parent to decide whether this book is a good pick for your kid. And the book in question is Poneyella by Laura Numeroff and Nate Evans, and it's illustrated by Lynn Musinger. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, but here is what the book looks like. I also have it in hardcover, but I'm just using paperback for this demonstration. So, yeah. This is what we're going to be talking about today. I originally bought this paperback copy when I was in elementary school at the Scholastic Book Fair. So this is very old, but it's in quite good condition. Here is what the cover looks like. We can see all of the characters here. And this is what the back looks like. Very cute. This is going to be a full book review. I'm going to be going through every page of the book so that you as a parent can decide if this is a book that you would want to give to your kid. So yeah, let's get started. So first I want to say this is a Cinderella retelling with ponies. So if you have a kid who loves ponies and loves Cinderella, this is the book for you and your kid. So we open it up and we have a beautiful drawing here of Poneyella. Then we have some horseshoes on the inside. And then the book opens with a dedication from the authors and the illustrators. For anyone who's ever wanted a pony, for my wonderful nieces and nephews, Whitney and Jessie, Michaela, Jamie, John, Jack, and Brendan, may each of you discover your own happily ever after. For Nikki. And then it says that it's published by Scholastic. Although the hardcover copy I have is not published by Scholastic, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. So then we open the book, and the first page looks like this. Now I did see a little error in the writing on the first page, which I did want to point out, because although I love this book, I'm going to point out when it does something in the writing that I'm like, that is not correct. So we are going to read the first page, and I'm going to tell you what I find to be incorrect about the writing. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful horse named Poneyella. Her coat was white as marshmallow, and her mane was long and silky. She lived on a small farm with green pastures and a lovely barn. Poneyella was very happy. Okay, so I don't know if you guys caught this, but I'm going to point it out to you. Right here, it says, her coat was white as marshmallow. Shouldn't it say her coat was white as a marshmallow? Or also it could say her coat was white as marshmallows. But I don't think it would be correct to say her coat was as white as marshmallow. So that's one little error that I found. But I believe that is the only error I have come across in the book. Just wanted you to let you know about that. So then we turn to the next page, and it says, one day she was having fun jumping when she noticed a sign on the front gate. Soon Poneyella's owners were driving away and new people were moving in. They brought their two ponies, Plumpkin and Bun Bun. This place is hideous, said Plumpkin. So, two things I want to point out here. First of all, the pony's name is Plumpkin instead of Pumpkin because she's a chubby pony, which I think is really cute. And the second thing is that I think it's really sad that Poneyella's owners just straight up left her there when and took the trailers like without her. I find that really sad, and it doesn't really like get explained why they did that in the book, but I find that really sad. Like, she kind of gets just like up and abandoned, and I feel really bad for her. So then on the next page it says, "I can't believe we have to live with her," Bun Bun said, glaring at Poneyella. "My coat is much prettier than hers," said Plumpkin. "White is so boring. And my name is much nicer than hers," snorted Bun Bun jealously. "She looks like she's wearing a clown wig." Plumpkin and Bun Bun did not like Poneyella one bit. So I think there might be something to be said about the hero of this book being a white pony, and the villains of this book being a black and a brown pony. But I'm white, so I can't really speak about that. If there are any black and brown voices in the comments who would like to speak on that, you're welcome to. Especially the line where they say, "My coat is much prettier than hers," said Plumpkin. "White is so boring." I don't know if that could possibly offend anyone or not. Like I said, if there are any affected voices, you can talk about that. But I feel like we have to keep in mind that, again, these are horses, but at the same time, they are supposed to be like anthropomorphized and portraying people. So I'm not really the one to speak on that. You can let me know down below. It doesn't bother me, but again, I'm not the person to really speak on that. So yeah. This is the part of the story where Poneyella starts getting mistreated, like in the story of Cinderella. So let's find out what happens next. So this is the next page. It says, "They made such a fuss that the new owner put Poneyella in a tiny smelly stall that was way out in the back. She never got to jump anymore." And it shows a picture of what the stall looks like. And you can see that she barely even fits in it, and kids probably aren't going to pick up on this, but I would use this as an example to talk to your kid about animal abuse and why that's messed up, because what this is like depicting is a person putting a pony in a very unclean, small area and not taking care of her properly. And so I think this would be a good opportunity to talk to your kid about how to treat animals with respect, and people who sometimes don't, and why that's not okay. So I think this is a good like learning opportunity right here. So I like that. And on the next page it says, "When Poneyella wasn't pulling a coal-filled cart, she was tied up. Her coat became as gray as a rain cloud. Poneyella was miserable. Even Sam the barn mouse felt sorry for her." So I guess the new owner is evil too, just like the two new horses are. And we also get introduced to Sam the barn mouse on this page. When we turn the page, it says, "One day a big shiny car drove by. There was a little girl with red hair and freckles in the back seat." "That's Princess Penelope," said Bun Bun. "I heard that she lives on a magnificent royal ranch. I wish I could live with her," said Plumpkin. "I'd have carrot cake every day." "The princess looks so kind," thought Poneyella, pulling her heavy cart. "Well, I heard Princess Penelope is going to pick the winner of the Tippington 25th Annual Grand Royal Pony Championship," said Bun Bun. "It's the most important pony show of the year, and I'm sure I'll win." "No, I will," said Plumpkin. "When is the show?" Poneyella asked excitedly. "What does it matter?" Bun Bun sneered. "You're not going. You're dirty and ugly and smell like a pig," said Plumpkin. Oink, oink. The one thing I'll say about this page is that apparently in this universe there is carrot cake that horses can eat. It doesn't really give much context on what this carrot cake is, because obviously horses in the real world don't eat cake. I'm going to assume that this is some sort of like carrot cake treat. Because you can, fun fact, I used to be like an equestrian, and you can bake like carrot biscuits for horses if you follow a very specific recipe. And feed them to them, and it's kind of like cakey texture, so I'm assuming that's what this is referring to. So, hey, you learn something new every day, don't you? So, when we flip to the next page, I'd say we're about halfway through the story now. It says, on the day of the show, grooms readied Bun Bun and Pumpkin, then drove them away in a fancy horse trailer. Poneyella began to cry. Suddenly there was a puff of smoke and a spray of sparkles. On the next page it says, poof, an old man wearing a cape appeared. Who are you? Asked Poneyella. I am a fairy godmare, said the horse. Why are you crying? I want to go to the Tippington 25th Annual Grand Royal Pony Championship, Poneyella said. Then you shall go, the fairy godmare said. Fetch me a big juicy apple. All Poneyella could find was an old apple core. Close enough, said the fairy godmare. She twisted her tail and then it goes on to the next page, but we'll get there in a minute. The fairy godmare, who is a hero in the book, also appears to be of a darker coat, so I do appreciate that not all the villains are exclusively the horses with the darker coats, so I do appreciate that. Then we turn to the next page and it says, poof, there was a trailer. Now we need someone to drive the trailer, the fairy godmare said. I can do it, cried Sam. The fairy godmare wiggled ears and... Go to the next page. Poof! Sam turned into a driver. Jeez Louise, said Sam. Then the fairy godmare switched her tail and then it goes to the next page, but we'll get there in a second. So, we get some humor on this page that's actually quite funny. It even makes me laugh as a full-grown adult. I don't know whether that's embarrassing or not, but, that shows that this book is actually funny. Poof! Poneyella looked absolutely beautiful, and most magically of all, Poneyella had sparkling diamond horseshoes. As Poneyella got into the trailer, her fairy godmare said, now remember, you must be home by the stroke of noon. That's when everything returns to normal and you'll look exactly as you did before. So I want to point out on this page just how beautiful the artwork is in this book, especially this page. It's just like really beautiful, lights of pink, very girly, and just the horses are drawn very nicely. The artist did a great job in this book. I think it's just very pretty, and so I like the art in the book. So let's address the elephant in the room. I am wearing a different shirt. My hair is up because it is a different day. I apologize. Let's just breeze past that. So, we are on this page now, and it says, Poneyella arrived at the show. When she walked past Bun Bun and Plumpkin, they didn't even recognize her. Isn't that the fancy pony from Paris? Whispered Bun Bun. You're right, said Plumpkin. It's Fifi La Foo-Foo. I think that's how you pronounce that. There's one thing that I noticed about this page, and that is the reuse of character models. You can see that there's a girl in the back there with brown hair and a blue bow, a blue shirt and a black helmet, and then over by one of the evil horses there is the exact same character, so there is a reuse of character models there instead of drawing another character. So that's an issue I found on this page, but it's such a minor issue. Kids aren't going to care about that. I just thought I'd point it out because that's what this video is about. Soon it was time for the championship event. Several ponies took their turns going over the jumps, but none of them could make it over the last one. It was too high. Then it was Bun Bun's turn. She missed almost every jump. When it was time for Plumpkin, she knocked all the jumps over. So I want to point out how beautiful the artwork is on these pages. Once again, it looks like it's painted with watercolor. I'm not sure if it actually was or not, but it's really, really pretty. And it just looks like a watercolor painting, especially the sky on the pages, and I think that is really, really beautiful. Finally, Poneyella trotted into the ring. She got over the first jump just fine. The second and third jumps were trickier, but she made them too. All she had to do was make it over the last jump. Poneyella jumped up, 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 and over she went. The crowd cheered. Where did the amazing pony come from? Someone yelled. It was Princess Penelope. And we get another beautiful illustration of Poneyella jumping over the fence. This is another one of my favorite illustrations of her. All of a sudden the clock struck 12. Oh no, cried Sam, don't forget what that old horse said. Poneyella galloped toward her trailer so fast she lost a shoe. "Wait," called the princess, but Poneyella couldn't wait. Poneyella and Sam hurried home. Halfway there, poof, everything turned back to the way it was. Poneyella ran home as fast as she could, Sam clinging desperately to her mane. So we have the clock, and then we have Poneyella transforming back to her previous form. Later that afternoon, Bun Bun and Plumpkin returned from the show. "Did the princess pick a champion?" Poneyella asked. "Not yet," said Plumpkin, "but I'm sure it's me." "No, I was the best," said Bun Bun. "Put a muzzle on it," said Plumpkin. "Go eat an apple with a worm in it," said Bun Bun, and the two fought all night about which one of them would win. The next morning, Princess Penelope arrived at the ranch. "I'm looking for the champion," said the princess. "Whoever this diamond horseshoe fits is the winner." Plumpkin and Bun Bun rushed over to see if the horseshoe fit. Bun Bun tried to wiggle her foot in, but it was too skinny. Plumpkin tried to stomping her foot in the shoe, but her hoof was too pudgy. Get it? 'Cause she's Plumpkin, a pudgy pony. "No," said the princess sadly. "I'm never going to find my champion pony." Poneyella pulled frantically at her rope, but she couldn't get free. "I'll help you," said Sam as he chewed through the rope. Poneyella ran towards the princess. Plumpkin and Bun Bun tried to trip her, but Poneyella jumped right over them. "Holy haystacks, what a jump!" cried the princess. "Stop the car!" I like that. Holy haystacks. There's a lot of horse puns in this book. I quite like that. It's very funny. She took the diamond horseshoe and tried it on Poneyella. It fit perfectly. Plumpkin and Bun Bun fainted. Why is this book so genuinely funny, though? "Someone needs a bath," the princess said. Then she nuzzled Poneyella's nose. "I want you to be my pony," the princess whispered. "I'm going to buy you no matter what it costs." The princess gave Poneyella's owner a big piggy bank filled with all the allowance she had saved. And then it shows her piggy bank. The one little thing I'll say about this is that I would encourage kids to adopt animals, not purchase them like they're objects. So instead of the language, "I'm going to buy you no matter what it costs," I would have said, "I'm going to adopt you no matter what the adoption fee is," or something like that, because I don't think we should be encouraging kids to treat animals like objects. But I'm a little biased because I volunteer at a shelter. That could have been handled better. But Princess took Poneyella home and threw her a fabulous bridal party. Bridal party. Like bridle that you put on a horse? That's clever. I like that. Again, horse puns. She brushed Poneyella every day and fed her carrot muffins. Poneyella had the roomiest doll she'd ever seen. "Boy, this is the life," said Sam. So now we actually get to find out like what they're eating. The carrot muffins. And we get to see what they look like. And so the horse biscuits I was talking about before don't look like this, so I guess they're saying that horses can eat muffins, which is not true. So I wish they hadn't put that in there. I wish they had put like, oh, they were eating horse treats or horse biscuits or sugar cubes or something like that, because now kids are going to think that they can just feed horses cupcakes and muffins, which obviously isn't true. On the next page it says, Poneyella jumped all the time and she lived happily ever after. But that's actually not the end. There's one more page. So this last page I had an issue with, and I'm going to read it to you and then explain what my issue is. It says, "As for Plumpkin and Bun Bun, they were sold to a new owner," but that's another story. And here's the picture. Now I have an issue with this page because it portrays the fact that, according to this book, animal abuse is okay if it's one, done by kids, and two, if the character animals in question are evil. But that doesn't apply to the real world because animals in the real world aren't characters, and so therefore they can't be evil, and it doesn't matter if you're a kid doing animal abuse, it's still not okay, and you as the parent need to discipline your kid. So I don't like this last page at all. I think they should have cut it because it wasn't necessary. The book should have ended with Poneyella jumped all the time and she lived happily ever after. There was no need for this other page. We should have just cut this page entirely, in my opinion. It's superfluous and it teaches a bad message, so it's unnecessary. I do not think that this page was useful in any way. So, yeah, I do not appreciate the last page. I would just end the book, if I was reading it to my kid, on the previous page. But obviously you as a parent can make your own decisions. But that is where the story ends. Then we just get some horseshoes again, and that is the end of the book. That was Poneyella by Laura Numeroff and Nate Evans. What do you guys think of this book? Is this a book that you would read to your kids? I thought it was really cute. This is obviously a positive book review. You guys can probably tell. I loved this book as a kid. This was a staple in my childhood. I loved horses and princesses, so this was a really fun book to read as a kid, and I think that if your kid loves Cinderella and loves ponies, then they will absolutely eat this book up. And yeah, I hope this video was informative to help you as a parent decide if this is a good pick for your child or not. And yeah, I hope you came away and learned something from this video. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye guys! Finally, Poneyella trotted into the ring. She got over the first jump just fine. All of a sudden, the clock struck 12. "Oh no," cried Sam, "don't forget that old..." "Oh no," said the princess sadly, "I'm never going to find my champion pony." Poneyella pulled frantically at her rope, but she couldn't get free. "I'll help you," said Sam as he chewed the rope. "Oh no," said the princess sadly, "I'm never going to find my champion pony." Poneyella pulled frantically... Oh my Lord Jesus. "Oh no," said the princess sadly, "I'm never going to find my champion pony." Poneyella pulled frantically at her rope, but she couldn't get free. "I'll help you," said Sam as he chewed through the rope. Poneyella ran towards the princess. Pumpkin and Blonbon tried to trap... Oh my freaking god. "Oh no," said the...